Krusk. 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 Alright, cool. I'm trying better stream quality. So we will see if this even works. I think it will. I have pretty good upload. But basically, I've been doing it on a 720p output. And I want to see if I can really crank up the volume now that I have a better camera anyway. So that's the goal. I see one person in chat. Hello. Well, I mean in viewers anyway, not in chat yet. Feel free to sound off or on or whatever you want to sound. Except if you want to sound your dick. You're going to have to do that out of my chat. Skew. And then I'm sharing this on Tweltwer as we spec. I want the titles to get progressively more unhinged. And I do want eventually, like, people have been predicting, like, you'll be able to say, like, a sentence with my stream titles. Because I think that would be funny. There we go. And then somebody is saying they don't see a live stream. That's because I haven't started it yet, so it's going now. Hello, Valor. Let me know if A, if the quality is better, and B, if it's like smooth, because I'm doing a higher quality thing according to the back end. So that. Also, you'll be able to see finer details in my fucking grotesque appearance here, so if it is working properly. Alright. It's always funny when you have dandruff, chronic dandruff, and you wonder if there's a speck on your screen or in your hair. Because I'm gross occasionally. Alright, so I'm going to share this with my peeps in my server. Hello to the one concurrent viewer. I think there are more, but there's only one in chat, and it's only giving me one, so. At here. Are you sure you want to mention the people you just said you were going to mention? Yes, I am Discord. Thank you for holding my hand while I cross traffic like I'm an old prostitute. Alright. So then share this with a few people directly on Tweltwer because they've asked for it before. I am twitchy as fuck. I have had a shit ton of caffeine. Valor says, my headphones are being stupid and won't connect. You need to give them a chili dog. Chili dogs are brain food. If anyone, like, is feeling down, if they're feeling dumb, they should just eat a chili dog. If they eat a chili dog, that will solve all of their if it works for Sonic, it'll work for you. That's the motto, which also means damage government property, just like Sonic. Obviously a joke to those few who in the intelligence community decided in your infinite wisdom to fund YouTube. So, with all that being said, yeah, hello to all of you. Valor says, you want me to go to the store, make a chili dog, and then stick my headphones into it. I mean, if you want to, I'm sure your headphones would thank you. If you make a good enough chili dog, anyone will thank you. That's the quotable moral from today's stream. If you make a good enough chili dog, anyone will thank you. That you can clip that and send it to your friends. So, with all that being said, there's lots and lots coming. There's lots and lots to do. And the first thing I'll bring up is that the fucking Wings Challenge is finally on YouTube. So you can go subscribe to Jeremiah Does Stupid Shit on Camera and see that if you want. That's where it is. Of course, I think it's... Well, I mean, it's just youtube.com/Jeremiah Does, actually. That's the best way to say this, because they're giving all of us handles by default now. So I have post-workout egg toast. Damn, my wrists are a lot thicker than they used to be. See, I told you. I can see fine details now, and so I can see in a little stream preview window that I had gross egg in my beard for a second there. Alright, well, I only have one viewer right now, so we'll see if that changes. For now, though, what do you want to discuss, Valor? Valor says it was a nice video, probably about the Wings Challenge. Yeah, I wanted maybe a little bit better production value, but I decided to just do the stripped down content because I thought that it being like just raw public video thing would make it more interesting. So just like no music, you can hear all the weird little squishing noises. No nothing, just fucking me eating wings. And the next one will be worse, because the next one will be me eating wings that are supposed to be much hotter than those from another restaurant that's not a chain restaurant, with like more concerns for a chain restaurant reputation. And what I've been told is that these wings are much hotter, and also that the person who cooks them specifically says they feel like they've been pepper sprayed. They don't like cooking it. So if that ends up happening, which I shouldn't say if, when that ends up happening, it'll be an interesting vid. Valor says your stomach will be very mad. Maybe, but like something you gotta realize is I make chili with these, which are Carolina Reapers. This is what's in my normal chili, and the chili that I make with these, I put 2 of these in it, sometimes 3, and what that does for me is it allows me to experience the kind of heat that Sonic was supposedly experiencing in the fiction, because it would always make him salivate when he would eat his chili dogs. So I wanted to mirror that experience. Says I have 1 concurrent viewer. So if you are a viewer and you are not represented in that number, feel free to sound off in chat. But yeah, I'm gonna start checking comments. This might be a short one if there's not very many comments. And by the way, feel free to share this in places if you want people to ask an anarchist conspiracy theorist questions, because there's plenty of potential questions I could answer, but this is only as interesting as the chat makes it. They are what powers these streams. It's a discussion stream, so that and them. These and those. No one knows. Alright, so I'm going to pull up comments. After I wait for a couple minutes, because I need, more of that. Comments. Published. And there are plenty of comments, but not many. Valor says he's going to try to get his headphones connected. Well, wish you well on that. Oh, it's doing one of these verify it's you things. Fucking awesome. But anyway, yeah, lots of content coming. Lots of variety stuff coming on that channel. Because basically, there's going to be like an outlet for me, both on that channel and on my new unhinged Twitter account, Jeremiah Zip. That's going to be like all the weird bullshit that occurs to me or all the odd shit I want to do. So, oh, I need to hit proceed. Maybe I should actually do the process. There we go. All right, so verifying it's me. Trying to change your YouTube settings. I mean, I'm not, but shit. Try again. I hit the wrong number. Maybe I'm a little bit, just a little bit dyslexic. Got it. I need to make this happen, otherwise it's gonna like kick me out, which would be absolutely non bueno. So, let's see. Anyway, hope y'all are well if you are here. And if you are not, then hope you are well as well. If you're one of the people who watches these after. Well, it's not telling me to verify it's me right now, so that's good, I guess. I'll leave my phone unlocked in case it does. Yeah. All right, so comments start at on the last vlog stream, Jay from Valor. So thumb and a heart. On the last stream, I think this is a little bit better than most brutalist stuff, but yeah, he's talking about the college. Yeah, I mean, but like it's only better because it's like slightly rounder and beige, you know. To be honest, so here's the thing, I like brutalist architecture, and it differs me from a lot of people in the anarchist space, but I like brutalist architecture. I think it's like interesting to see what you can do with sharp edges and stark, like, squared off features. But I'm not a big fan of it when it's supposed to be a welcoming learning institution, you know? Antisocial says, are those windows behind the white beams, though? That part is confusing to me. Probably. That's what I assumed. Because the thing is that, like, so there are windows, and then there are, like, pieces of, like walling that divide the windows that are, like, the flooring areas between levels of the building. So you get window, flooring gap, like, and then window. And on each side of it, there's a white column. So the one we were talking about last time, Valor, the technical school or something, School of Science or something. I can't remember it specifically, but that one, like, it's definitely brutalist architecture in that one. Thumb and a heart. Valor says, also, my school is next to an airport. Well, that's a great place to put a school. That's not distracting at all. Mr. Knight on Watch Me Get Kicked Off a Stream for Being Too Based, Vlog 158. These guys don't seem to have the best ideas. See, the other two were much more interesting than the actual host. Like, Kareem was starting to say, like, his middle ground stance, and Leighton fucking straight up interrupts him. Doesn't let him finish. Like, if I have a co-host, I'm gonna give them room to speak, because that's the fucking point of having them on the show. If you have a co-host and you don't let them talk, then why the fuck are they there? Just to be your, like, prop to occasionally put in front of people? Like, say, hey, I've got fucking Kareem. So? Like, let him speak. If his perspective is valuable enough to have him on your show, let Kareem speak. You know? And Eli was interesting as well. He was saying some interesting stuff as well. And the guy kept on not letting other people speak. And then he's talking, oh, I'm not going to be interrupted. I'm not going to be yelled at. You did that, motherfucker. So don't act like you're better than other people when you're doing that. And that's the reason they have to do it too. You know, like, just... So, yeah, no, I mean, two of them had reasonable takes. And then you'll notice, if you watch the stream, which I have linked in that in the description to that video, if you watch the full thing where they had me back on, I said I'm waiting for a block of time. You know, I'm waiting for a block of time, a solid block of time. That's what I wanted. And when I got my solid block of time, I could suddenly make my full point with all of the elaborations, and they couldn't say shit. You know? Valor says, has a co-host speaks. Shut up, yeah. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I was like, oh, so Kareem just gets to be interrupted. And he just says, well, I have X, Y, and Z amount of episodes with Kareem. So what? So what? So why is he here now, then, if he's used up? And if what he's saying doesn't matter? And if you could just run roughshod over him. Like, he was pissed at me, and he was unwilling to let anyone else, you know, even remotely agree with me. Even if it was middle ground this person was trying to achieve. Not good. Not good hosting. Don't do that if you're a host. That's not good. You know, I don't think it's controversial to say let your co-host speak. We have a blue guy shouting in the chat. He has a massive underbite. He needs to get that checked out. That's either a deformity or that's something that he could fix with some orthodonture. One moment. So, yeah, I mean, I think Kareem's ideas and Eli's ideas were much more interesting than Leighton's. Because Leighton's were basically, it doesn't matter who funds you. Yes, the fuck it does. If I tell you that a coronavirus research facility is funded by Fauci, that's enough to look into it a little bit differently. If somebody disagrees with that, they can go fuck themselves. If I tell you that, you know, a science and biotechnology or vaccine lab is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation or a fact-checking organization or whatever, that means that they're probably going to do things that are in the interest of Bill and Melinda Gates. And it's totally fucking reasonable to bring it up. But these people want to act like money is fine, that capitalism is good. That's their whole shtick. Like, at least people like Leighton. So, when you confront them with the harsh reality that no, it's not, they're just like, you know, I didn't want to have somebody on so that they could disagree with something I was saying. I wanted somebody on to reify my echo chamber. You know? So, that. And that's why he said there was going to be a part 2 because there was a whole lot more to discuss. And what do you know? There wasn't a part 2. I wonder why. Probably because I fucking snowed him. We have a pink poop. Yeah, YouTube emojis are like a whole alternate universe. I have 3 likes and only 1 concurrent viewer according to fucking the stats here. So if you're one of the concurrent viewers who it's not telling me is there, feel free to sound off in the chat. Let me know what you want to talk about. But yeah, I'll thumb and a heart that anyway, because I think I know what you meant. Ethan Noble, longtime subscriber, says, on they hear everything you say and see all you do, if I'm not choking on bread, vlog 160. Yeah, okay, so I have 4 likes according to this thing. 4 likes and only 1 concurrent viewer on this so far, according to the thing, Valor. So, I don't know, maybe YouTube is just lying to me again. They do that, like, quite a bit. Either way, fucking on they hear everything you say and see all you do, vlog 160. We have you were right the entire time. Yeah, like people, longtime friends wanted me to be wrong about everything because then all their stupid conservative friends would be right. And no, you know, or fucking Democrat in general. Just so many people just wanted their friends to be right, wanted their people to be right, and they didn't care about the truth. So I got kicked out of communities. I got thrown off, you know, fucking platforms. I got so many people just gunning for me, you know, and it happens all the fucking time to me too. Like even just yesterday, I had people lying and later admitting that they lied, that I was a pedophile and a groomer. They had no proof. And these, like, it also happened during the Matt Walsh bullshit because I dared to question their tradcath daddy about his views that 16-year-old girls are adults and that the only problem with fucking them is that they might not be married. That's a fucking problem. And so many people came at me and called me a groomer. I don't fucking care. They have no proof, and they just use it as a slur. It's not because they have evidence that I've groomed anybody. Yeah, or they wanted to accuse me of mutilating children's genitals. That's also a slur, because it's never been proven, like that I've been involved in any of that. In fact, I advise strongly against children getting in any elective surgery. So, yeah, that's my stance, and I still get called these things. I still get called these things by conservatives for disliking, you know, trad cat daddy Matt. And I get called these things by Democrats because they can't handle me going after people like Biden and shit. And there's like so many examples. So yeah, I don't care at this point. Like they can lie if they want. But, like, that's been the way it's been this entire time. It's like I've been saying things that are true, and people have been hating me for it. So, they can do that. They can hate me. And I hope you're well, Ethan. Thumb and a heart. On, Tim Pool is a fraud and Kanye West is a Nazi. Vlog 159. Mr. Knight says, speaking of Balenciaga, it's just really weird that so many leftists hate Shu because she dared spill the beans about Balenciaga. Kind of like recently Eliza Blue was attacked for actually being effective against pedophilia on Twitter. That petition of yours might be good to blast now. I mean, I blasted it again. Most people don't give a shit. You know, I'll blast it again. You're free. I'll send you the link to when I blasted it. You're free to spam tag a bunch of people in the mentions. to get them to boost it and shit. But I did indeed reblast my petition. So, you know, I'm hoping that we can get some action, because the only action that hasn't been gotten again is fucking like from that petition, is either ban pedophiles or children. And really, I think pedophiles should be banned, not the children. I think it'd be so easy to make that choice that, hey, if we can ban all these other people because they're dangerous to, whatever, and blah, blah. And if Elon Musk wants to say that he, won't reinstate Alex Jones because my children, then maybe just, like, ban pedophiles. That seems easy. But no. Yeah, can't have that. So, thumb and a heart on that. But also, just to be clear, those people, I don't call them leftists. If you're defending an unnecessary state capitalist massive mega corporation for fashion and the exploitation of, poverty labor and, a bunch of shit like that, if that's what you're promoting and supporting, I don't call you a leftist. I don't think it's leftism to support the primary, like, the worst and most consumerist aspects of capitalism. So that's my view on that. I don't understand how that's leftism. And I think a lot of those people weren't actually that. I think they just didn't like that she was calling it out because of my timing or whatever. But this is the time for everybody to call this stuff out. If you're in the LGBTQ plus space, call it out. Don't blame her for calling it out because people in the LGBT space might catch some fucking crossfire. Be one of the people in the LGBTQ plus space that's actually doing something about it, saying something about it, being vocal against it. Instead of complaining because she might catch people in the crossfire who she didn't even bring up, maybe just fucking bring it up too. Get your fucking fire insurance. Join the actual good people. Instead of complaining that the good people might catch some other good people in the fucking crossfire. Do the right thing, even if it hurts. Wow. Get some principles. That's difficult. So that's my response to the shoe crowd, who's like upset about shoe, like, being reasonable about this subject. Like, and also, just to criticize somebody in a similar space, Blair White, I put out this tweet saying, yeah, but this is what happens when you pay $2,000 for a fucking sweater. Holy shit. Why should I care that you're burning your $2,000 sweater? Don't spend $2,000 on a sweater. That's the wealthy elite's way of branding you as somebody who's willing to buy their shit for insane and exorbitant prices. It's gonna wear out just as fast as every other piece of clothing if you actually wear it. And so many of these people don't actually wear it, and when they do wear it, guess what? They wear it once and then put it in their fucking walk-in closet. That's not fucking leftism, that's not woke, that's not anything. And I know Blair White's a conservative, so it's not like she would be, leftist or woke or whatever. But at the same time, the reason Balenciaga can do what they do, and the reason they can fuck with people in the way that they fuck with people, is because people like Blair White buy $2,000 fucking sweaters. And so they know that they can just pump out garbage and people will still buy it because it has the word fucking Balenciaga on it. And so they tested that, and they tested the limits of it for years, making increasingly more and more disturbing child-focused content until eventually people called them out. Eventually people made a mass exodus, and it was suddenly okay to call out people like this. But this is how Hollywood fucking is. This is how the fashion industry fucking is. So if you're going to have a problem with it, have a problem with all of it. Don't just have a problem with it now because it's convenient and act like you're some fucking awesome person. You're not awesome because you burnt your Balenciaga sweater you shouldn't have bought in the first place. Just don't support this industry in the first place. Put that money somewhere where it can help people instead of in the pockets of people who will never help a soul. Because Balenciaga ain't fucking fighting for shit. They're not doing shit. That money, that $2,000, could have gone to helping people. But you know where it went? It went to a single sweater. Imagine if you just bought, like, you know, overshirts and undershirts for cold children this winter with that $2,000. Like an entire, like, fucking kindergarten and first grade class now has, like, an overshirt and an undershirt because Blair White gave them $2,000 instead of Balenciaga. Imagine instead of that even, just going to the Goodwill outlet, buying a bunch of clothing and just giving it to people. But no, Balenciaga got that fucking money. Balenciaga never deserved that money. Balenciaga never made a product so high quality as to be worth $2,000 fucking dollars. It was a pink sweater with the word Balenciaga on it. Don't do that and then get surprised when these people exploit people. Of course they did. That's their business model. Fuck. It's so irritating. Anyway. Jeremiah, did you also laugh at that cat mystery person last night? LOL. I mean, I laughed at her. Yeah, sure. Yeah, she's toxic as hell. When she doesn't get her way, she will try to control her way into getting it. And when that's realized, it's hard for her to be in a space. And so she constantly gets removed from spaces and then says that she's the bad guy. Of course you are. And that's why she was currently like skulking around in the back room, having blocked me, like background, saying, you know, oh, I'm going to contact everybody who's spoken to him and see if they have dirt on him. Or if they're okay with me using dirt on him. Go fuck yourself. Mr. Knight, I just didn't see when you blasted the link. I will send you a link. I will send it to you. Valor says 2K sweater. Yeah, it's a okay. I was gonna take another bite of my macho egg bread, but I'll pull that up. Jamie, pull that up. Pull that up, Jamie. Because I feel like it's something people should see. Is that this is like this is the reason Balenciaga gets away with it. It's because of people like this, and they're like, and so like Balenciaga will do anything and just put the word Balenciaga on it and you'll buy it. So they tested that and it worked for a little bit with this campaign too. Like this campaign only blew up when people made it blow up, but it was there for a while before people noticed it. It's not like people just noticed it and, yep, boo! It's like, and also, this wasn't the first time they did creepy shit with kids. They, like, offered people grab bags with the word Balenciaga on it and a bloody Balenciaga baby doll in the bottom of the bag. That is what they are and have been for a while. And if you think it's different now, why? Why is it different now? And so, like, all these celebrities, they're, like, pulling out Kim Kardashian being like, oh, I'm reevaluating my relationship. Fuck you, Kim. And your stupid injected ass. Like, there is so much wrong with this industry. And people just, like, get away with it. Because they have the brand name recognition and they can just fucking shovel out bullshit. Okay. I'm so upset by this subject. I'm really upset. So, okay. Here is the tweet that I posted about it. And make sure that this is going to pull up. I'm pretty sure it will. Yeah, this should be it. And either way, it's just a tweet from me. Yeah, here we go. All right, so here we go. Again, a real and better question is why somebody is spending $2,000 on a fucking sweater. This is why these brands think they can get away with this sort of thing. Balenciaga out here capitalizing on the fact that people will spend a lot of money on anything. Goes with the territory. Like, look at that thing. It's just a sweater. It's a piece of fucking cloth with armholes and a body hole and a neck hole. It's a fucking sweater. Holy shit. So, yeah. Don't buy this sweater to begin with. Why is this sweater something that anyone wants? It's ugly as hell, and it doesn't even cover the body. It's not even a sweater. It just has fucking sweater-like materials on it, while it doesn't do the job and is covered in stupid word. Ooh, my sweater has stupid word on it. Give me $2,000 fucking dollars. This is why they can get away with it. Because of this. So, like, yeah, you won't see me like that. My clothing has to be practical, you know? Even when I'm out in public in my fucking medium-priced fucking 7 Diamonds shirt, it's because it's made of really durable stretch-ass fabric, and it can withstand shit. So, that's what people need to start doing. They need to stop letting these industries be built on nothing. Also, I forgot to switch to all chat, so let me do that as well. Make sure I didn't miss anything. So, she reminds me of my narcissistic... This is Kat. Valor's talking about. She reminds me of my narcissistic friend who got me dogpiled and made a lot of people hate me, and then gaslighted me for being in the wrong. I mean, said I'm in the wrong and tried to get into my head. Yeah. I mean, that's exactly how people like this operate. Valor says, that sweater better wipe my ass if I want to pay $2K for that. Yeah, it's a $2K fucking sweater. Imagine me in a $2K sweater. It would not happen. Because it's bullshit. Why would I ever agree to that? That's not a thing. It's not reasonable at all. You know, and also, let me bring this up. Because I think this thread is a reasonable way to sort of put a bow on this particular part of the subject. The real truth, you never needed anything from Balenciaga, but this culture popularizes and keeps relevant consumerist garbage, and the people who make them are disproportionately egotistical and dark triad, so it shouldn't be a surprise that some of them are predators. This is the same culture which normalized Jeffrey Epstein, ignores sex trafficking from foster homes, plasters hundreds of articles about how pedophilia isn't bad, has a wealth of government officials who've been found with CSAM, and much more, who makes their fashion. But the question is, did you ever need Balenciaga to begin with? Why were these people rich enough to tempt fate like this and pose children with a bunch of fetish garbage? Why did these people have any sort of sway at all? And why should that money go to them and not a cause? The answer? People's I didn't mean for this, but the name of the stream is skewed. So the answer, people's priorities are skewed. And they will constantly support the same culture which hates them and wants to destroy them and controls them on a daily basis, because it makes them feel like they have status within that culture to adopt its symbology. Has to stop. Asprey, Balenciaga, Lanvin, Ralph Lauren, Monique Luyler, Prada, Emilio Pucci, and Elie Saab were all within a 2-block radius of Jeffrey Epstein's mansion. Banks will cut off Kanye West but maintain a relationship with people like Epstein after he traffics kids. Those rich people all shopped in the same area, and many of them made a stop at their favorite sex offenders' store as well, Because when you get that wealthy, you can afford to abuse kids, and you have the lawyers to prevent people from stopping you or holding you accountable. Next time you consider buying expensive garbage you don't actually need, you should ask what culture is supported by doing so, and realize that the sort of people who run that culture are probably not good people at all, which is why things have gotten as bad as they have. This is the culture you support when you mindlessly consume. It was built this way, and it's intentional. It's been a gradual subversion through the media of what people are willing to accept, and major industries have popped up around making sure you don't reject it. Fight it. I think that relatively well sums it. So, now that I'm done fucking reading my own Twitter thread, Valor says, I think they like to just do it to flaunt and flex the fact that they're rich and can blow money on almost anything. I mean, sure, but that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, when you treat wealth as something to flaunt, and you don't have a valid or valuable use for it, when you're just flaunting wealth, that means that you're wealthy enough that you could probably also sacrifice principles in other ways. And that's exactly what people do. They sacrifice principles like this all the fucking time. They throw their money at all of these evil people all the fucking time. It's sort of like when Biden and all these fucking NATO cucks wanted to say that they really, really care about human rights, which is why they don't like Russia. But let's go to Saudi Arabia. Hey, Saudi Arabia. Hey, Saudi Arabia. Hey, Saudi Arabia. Can you give me a little oil? Can you fund my projects? Can you be a principal donor? Stakeholder in like Boeing and, Twitter and, so many of these other companies, just the military industrial complex, intelligence, mega corporations. Just give us your money so that we can build this empire, Saudi Arabia. But we totally care about human rights because Russia bad. Russia bad, and that's all we need to say in order to say that we care about human rights. So, yeah. Valor says, yeah, they care about human rights? I'm assuming there's a punchline here, but if not, then no, they don't. So that's the culture that's built by this sort of thing. That's the reason they get to exist. That's the reason Balenciaga wanted to abuse kids for their photo shoot, because they knew they could, at least with their base, get away with it. The only reason that they didn't is because there was a mass outcry from outside their base. People from outside their base gave a shit, so they did something about it. But their base didn't give a shit. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying there needs to be a level of personal accountability in this regard. Don't burn your Balenciaga sweater. Sell your Balenciaga sweater on eBay and then donate the proceeds to charity. To a charity for sex-trafficked kids. Don't burn your Balenciaga shoes. Don't burn your Balenciaga. Sell it, and then put the proceeds toward kids' charities. Help some children. Don't just make a virtue signal and blow $2,000 at once. I don't care. You're not bold. You suck. That's why you bought it to begin with. That's my stance. Tell me if I'm wrong, chat. There are 3 of you right now. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I am. Valor says, I want to donate to charities when I get a job. Make sure, though, you pick charities that aren't scams. Because there are so many of them, even official charities, that are just scams. You can hit me up and I'll see if I can find a really good verifiable charity for you. If you're interested. In fact, there's one that's very good. This Voluntarism in Action that you can go to on Facebook or their website. It's a 501c3 where you can donate to help anarchists help people. That's one. So, Mr. Knight says a sweater should be at most 100, not maybe 200. I mean, maybe. To me, a sweater should be like 20 or 40. Maybe. Like, my sweaters on Teespring aren't $2,000. And somehow they've sold. Here, let me plug a sweater and show how much my well, actually, I'll do that on another video maybe. Cuz yeah, I don't think that should cut too much into this. I've already gone over sweaters like really aggressively now. um that. Oh. Valor says I'll DM you when or if I get the job. If I move to Texas before June, I won't be able to get it. I don't know what that means, but I hope that goes well for you. I have one concurrent viewer according to it now. So let me go get to the rest of the comments. This will probably be like an hour stream. So, more comments. That is if I can find the fucking window. I've got too many windows open. But yeah, thumb and a heart on that, Mr. Knight. Valor Ashens says Yemen on that video. On Bernie and the establishment cuts to Biden on Yemen. So, yes, Yemen. Thumb and a heart. Ward, not the Beeve, says, wow, Bernie's a good con man. Thumb and a heart. Cold Highway says, one of the sad parts is for the non-libertarian America Firsters, it's just about taking the guns off Russia and pointing them at China and Latin America to a lesser extent. Yep, yeah, for sure. 100%. Like, oh yeah, we're not mad at Russia, but we'll definitely attack another component of BRICS because we've been taught to hate it by people like Donald Trump. And yes, China sucks. Russia sucks. But so does Saudi Arabia. So does Israel. So does everybody affiliated with NATO. And the fact that you get to choose between candidates funded by one or the other and ultimately get the same result of funding warmongers, that's not better. That's the same. So, Valor says, I'm going to be a shelf stalker. My gecko is standing in its water bowl. Ah, gecko. Gecko. Valor also on Twitter works with the government to censor you. Wow. So thumb and a heart. And that appears to be it for now. But let me check Odyssey and make absolutely sure that nobody's posted anything there. I'm reasonably sure that I don't have anything there right now. Yeah, I don't have any notifications over there. Oh, actually, I do. Melon King. One comment. So let me read that. Gotta pause the video first, though. Oh, it's not playing. Okay. Well, cautiously scrolling down here. Toward the end, this is Bernie and the establishment cuts to Biden on Yemen, vlog 161. It just reminded me of Tom McDonald's The System. Well, I'll have to rewatch that. I don't remember what you're talking about, but I'm assuming that's a compliment, so flame and heart. The Melon King, XCVII. So, anyway, we're growing close to the end of this. Valor says, also IDK if you saw it, but thanks for the pea-colored... Well, I mean, that wasn't the intention. So Sonic has a super form that's yellow. That's what that was supposed to be. Because it's the same yellow as the surrounding, like, architecture on that picture you sent. But either way, yeah, I spiked to 3 concurrent viewers just now. So we'll see if anybody wants to talk about anything. But for now, that's what it seems to be. That's the thing is almost over. Unless there's something that the people who just showed up want to talk about, in which case feel free to post that in chat. Also, I've got something in my fucking beard again. That's awesome. I need to not eat on stream. It clearly doesn't work. Way. Yeah. Lots more coming. Lots more content. And with any luck, it should start to do a lot better. And I'm going to try to get that video essay channel up relatively soon. Primarily, I recently got a book editing job for somebody, so I'm going to crack that out as fast as possible and still put out this kind of content for y'all on a daily basis. And there's also going to be podcast content for AgoristNexus. There's a new episode with me very recently. There's lots of stuff in the works. So, with that being said, if there is nothing more people would like to discuss in the chat, then I'm going to call it. So, let me know if there's something else you want to discuss, and if not, 'tis been real, and I will see you next week after I make a bunch more content. Alright. Well, with that being said then, be well all, smash the fucking state.